It's time for another edition of Out and About with Jamie Grout, and this time around we'll be talking to a cast member of the upcoming play My Fair Lady, also the musical director and the lighting director of My Fair Lady. It's going to be a great presentation put on by the Newton Community Theater. I think you'll enjoy it, and we want you to hang on for that. But first, a word from our sponsors, including Ryan's Tire and Auto on First Avenue, Newton. And Ryan's Tire and Auto, they take pride in delivering more than just tires and vehicle maintenance. They provide an unwavering commitment to great service every time. As a locally owned and operated small business, they understand the importance of building lasting relationships with their valued customers. Their team of dedicated professionals is passionate about automobiles and is committed to going the extra mile just for you. They're proud to serve their community with a level of care, expertise, and dedication that only a hometown business can offer at Ryan's Tire and Auto on First Avenue in Newton. Also by Newton Clinic, well, graduation season is here, and graduation marks an exciting transition into adulthood. As you and your teens step into this new chapter, ensure health remains a priority. Newton Clinic offers comprehensive care for young adults, from physicals to mental health support. Schedule an appointment today to start this journey on a healthy note. Call or text Newton Clinic at 641-792-2112.
Financial fitness doesn't happen at the gym. This is your spotter, Ashley from Advantage Credit Union. We'll do the heavy lifting while you gain the power of loan pre-approval. This kind of muscle means you know exactly how much you can borrow for that next vehicle and what your payments will be. Plus, you have 30 days to shop any dealership for your purchase to work out. ACU membership is better than a gym membership because you actually own the place.
Local money, local decisions, local service, and locally owned by you. Subject to credit approval, member NCUA.
It's time for another Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast. Thanks for joining me. I'm here with the crew from My Fair Lady. We'll be speaking with Tim Blount along with Rachel Fadley and Matthew Earl. And I'm excited to spread the word about this play. It's very exciting. And first of all, I want to start out with Rachel. I believe tickets go on sale, Memorial Day, right, Rachel?
They do, May 26th.
Okay, so get your tickets there. And Matthew, you can get tickets online, right?
Yes, you can. You can get it at newtoncommunitytheater.cssstix.com. newtoncommunitytheater.cssstix.com.
So people are already buying tickets online, right?
Yes, yep.
Okay, that is fantastic. And as I recall, you can call the theater and leave a message, and they'll get back to you too. I believe traditionally in the past, after tickets have gone on sale, there's usually somebody here over the noon hour where they can get tickets, or an hour before showtime you can also get tickets too. But it is worthwhile getting tickets to it. Rachel, when are the presentation dates for My Fair Lady?
We open on May 30th, 31st, June 1, and then the following weekend, June 6, 7, and 8. Friday and Saturday shows are at 7:30, and Sunday matinees are at 2.
All right, fantastic. So Matthew, tell us about your role in the play.
I play Colonel Pickering, who is one of the gentlemen that place a bet as to whether or not they can train up and teach someone who is from the streets proper language and etiquette to be able to fit in with high society and pass her off as one of them, and they make a wager as to whether or not they can be successful with that.
Now, why is it they think someone from the streets is going to be somebody that's a challenge in the first place?
Well, this is where you get into the interesting part of this show, which is the accent work for this show. The fact that they're taking someone that has a very strong Cockney, English Cockney accent and trying to teach them a much higher society accent, or received pronunciation as the technical term for that type of accent. And it really is a statement, getting into the themes of the show, is a statement on classism and society in general. If you want to get into the deeper themes and morality tale that is at play here, but also it's quite humorous to see the change that occurs in the characters.
And your wife also has one of the lead roles in this play too, Eliza Doolittle. Tell me about her role.
Yep, she is the person that we make the wager about. She is the person from the poor person from the streets that they train up in the ways of proper etiquette and speech.
And tell us, first of all, about your background in theater, Matthew, and also her background in theater. Hers sounds like very extensive.
Sure.
And you started out, took a break, and then came back, from what I understand.
Yeah, yep. I'll start bragging about my wife. She grew up in a theater family, doing theater her entire life, all throughout her childhood, doing school as well as community theater productions, and then studied theater and got her theater degree in college. And then that's actually how she and I met, was studying theater in college. Got married, had kids, and then I chose a different field to study away from theater. And through the time spent in those pursuits, both of us gravitated away from it for a time. And then the theater bug reared its head again, and we started doing it again in the community level in Carroll, Iowa. And then we were there for years, and then moved here about 4 years ago and have been participating here ever since. I grew up in a family that had theater influence as well. I was not near as much as my wife, but did theater in high school and college. And then after about a 15-year hiatus, came back at the community theater level in Carroll, and then participating here.
I have to ask, as a couple, did you help each other out with lines?
Yes. Yeah, as well as our kids have done a lot of the heavy lifting of quizzing us on our lines.
Oh, that's great.
And being patient with us at home as we strive to memorize.
Oh, that's nice. Tim, as one myself who have done lights in the past, it's a very important role, and people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes as far as a lighting director is concerned. It can set the mood of a play, and you've got a very important role here. Tell us about that as far as My Fair Lady is concerned.
Well, up in the balcony, you don't see us, but we do our job to set the moods, as you say. This play takes place in many different settings, in the Covent Garden area of London, also in Higgins's house, and at the Ascot horse race, in a pub, and on the streets of London. And in order to do that with the stage that we have, to set up all those different scenes, we use lighting to set the mood, to indicate the time period, and also to make the different settings look different so the audience kind of knows where we are. And along with that, just outside the door to the light booth, the sound people make sure that everyone can be heard, that it balances with the orchestra. We've got some sound effects, we've got a horse race and some other things, and they take care of that aspect of things. So all those come together, all the elements, to make this show tell the story that we're trying to tell.
And I asked you about this when we did the video shortcast, but technology has sure changed over the years a lot.
Oh, it certainly has. From the days when we had a 16-channel, 2-scene preset, and you manually set up every look, every cue. Now we have a computerized system. The cues are programmed into it. We have, each light has its own channel pretty much. The lights, many of them can change colors all by themselves. And so we can set up those looks, and then once they're set, they're timed. You just have to know at what point you have to push the go button, and it changes to the next look that you've got set up. It has timings, and it's just incredibly different from when we started.
You and I were talking about when we were in high school, the plays used to be put on in the gymnasium, and we had this light panel that had these big handles, and unfortunately they would squeak. I don't know if yours did, but ours did by the time I came around, and they would make this noise, and it was terrible. My dad was speech, debate, and drama teacher in high school before he went into real estate and insurance, and he hated that because the acoustics were terrible there. Just one quick story about me. I was lighting director my senior year in high school, and we had the book for the play taped up on the lighting board. I was on the wrong page.
Uh-oh.
One of my most embarrassing moments, I took the lights down at the wrong time. And everybody was like, what's going on here? And I just realized it as I was bringing the lights back up. The actors were walking off the stage. They'd given up on me. Man, embarrassing moment. Anyway, Rachel, I wanted to ask you a little bit because I don't think people realize when you're directing, and I found this out during Oklahoma, that technically the actors on stage are following you, but it's in a rather unique way. And maybe you can explain
Yeah.
a little bit about
Well,
that.
I've discovered that going to different professional houses that this is the way. If you go to the Civic Center, they have the same kind of
Is this
system.
right? I
Yes,
didn't
it
know
is.
that. Okay.
We have, in professional houses, the pit where the orchestra is usually underneath the theater, the stage. In our situation, our pit is elevated behind the stage. And in order for the cast to see me, to give them cues, we have a camera on me. So with one hand, I can conduct the orchestra, and the other hand, I can give cues. And it works pretty well. Mm-hmm. It really, truly does.
It's pretty neat. Matthew, what do you like so well about being involved in community theater?
For me, it's something that I've enjoyed my whole life, and so the opportunity to be able to live in an area that has such a thriving community theater is really great. And one of the things that drew my wife and I to Newton when we were looking, as well as to Carroll when we were looking for jobs and considering places to move to, one of the selling points that we got sold on was that there's an active community theater that we could participate in.
Great.
Not only what it contributes to us and gives to us, but also being able to bring art to the community and be able to portray great pieces of work.
Well, same question for you, Tim, and your wife is directing the play. What do you like best about Newton Community Theater? You're wearing a Newton Community Theater shirt,
yes.
so I know you have a ringing endorsement for the community theater. And Rachel, preparing you, I'll ask you the same question also.
Yes, indeed. Well, obviously, like Matt said, it's the ability to bring these works and really delve into them and then bring them to an audience and present them. Every theater production is different from every other. It's not like television or movies. It's ephemeral. Once it's over, it's over. There'll never be another one exactly like it. Mm-hmm. And that's exciting. And that's one of the things. But the other thing about it is when you're in this theater, and probably any community theater for very long, you find out you've got a family. You've got people who will help you move, people who will be there when you're in need of something around your theater friends, your theater family. And we get close to each other on this kind of a production. I mean, you're working together for several weeks in a joint effort that everybody participates in, and everybody's important. Mm-hmm. And it's very much like a sports team or something where you all have to pull together to get the outcome that you want.
In a high-stress environment.
In a high-stress environment. That's right.
Learning how to adapt
Yes.
in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get back to some of that stress in just a moment.
And the other thing is, in the theater group, when you're here, where you come from becomes pretty much unimportant. And that's been the case through the entire history of Newton Community Theater. I mean, we had senior executives from Maytag and their families. We had factory workers. We had unemployed people. And when you're here, none of that really matters. What matters is that you're in the team effort.
You bet. Mm-hmm. Same question for you, Rachel.
Yeah, well, what just thrills me probably the most about theater is the magic that we create. What happens on the stage, just makes goosebumps. I love it. I mean, it's a tremendous amount of work, but I just love it. And what Tim was just saying about the cooperative effort is so true. I mean, there are 35 people on the stage in this particular production, but there are about 10 crew, if you count, sound and lighting and stage help and people that are sewing on buttons and so on, and 15 people in the orchestra. That's a huge number of people, and we're dependent on every single person. So, the phrase "it takes a village" is not cliche
and we're incredibly lucky to have such great musicians that play in our
fantastic.
orchestra for our productions.
Yeah.
They really are fantastic.
Every time I've asked these people, I keep almost expect that they're going to say no, but no, they jump at the chance, and
They're
and it's a
fantastic.
huge commitment of time,
And it's all volunteer.
all
Yeah.
volunteer.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, and you were talking about high stress, and Wanda has had to deal with some obstacles along the way. And I remember, Tim, hearing, I think I saw you and Wanda at a local restaurant, and maybe I talked to Sue Burkham about this too, that you needed like 30-something men, but you have far from 30-something men in the cast. So what did you guys do about this?
Well, that means that certain parts are doubled. So you'll see an actor who may be 2 or 3 different characters.
Yeah.
They go back, they change their clothes, they come out as a different person.
I think my husband plays 3 roles.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Well, that is fantastic. What are the presentation dates for My Fair Lady?
May 30, 31, June 1, June 6, 7, and 8. Friday and Saturday are 7:30, and Sunday is at 2.
All right. And these people have worked very hard to put on a great play for you. As I've said, Wanda is a great director. These people do a great job, and I think you're going to enjoy it. And again, Matthew, tell us how people can get tickets online.
Online, they can go to, website is newtoncommunitytheater.cssTix.com. That's newtoncommunitytheater.cssTix.com. Or they can call the box office.
Okay.
At 792-1230.
All right. And you have the number. You're Johnny on the spot. Good job. Again, before we wrap up, what are some of the familiar songs that I think people are going to know about here in My Fair Lady?
I've grown accustomed to her face. I could have danced all night.
There's a bunch of them.
The Rain in Spain.
Is this a Rodgers and Hammerstein? Or
No,
is it
this is Lerner and Lowe.
Lerner and Lowe. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great
First
play.
came out in 1956.
All right.
Julie Andrews at the age of 20, and Rex Harrison were the main players.
And you said it was a movie before it was a play, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's interesting.
And that was Rex Harrison and Audrey Hepburn.
And so get your tickets to see My Fair Lady at the Newton Community Theater. You will not be disappointed. And if you're listening to this before Memorial Day, tickets go, well, I'm looking at the calendar. Actually, it says the 27th tickets go on sale. So you can get tickets online now, from what I understand. So then they go on sale, and they're on sale over the noon hour. And then they are on sale, I believe, an hour before the show every night. And again, that phone number.
792-1230.
And if nobody's available, leave a message on the voicemail here at the Community Theater, and somebody will get back to you, and you will not be disappointed. Make sure you check out My Fair Lady, coming to the Newton Community Theater. By Jove, I think she's got it. Thanks for joining us, Tim Blount, Rachel Fadley, and Matthew Earl. This podcast also sponsored by Wesley Life Park Center. Pursue your joy at Park Center by offering living options across a continuum. Park Center provides vital, enriching environments for everyone. A community for healthy living focused on holistic health with well-being. Their programming enhances emotional, intellectual, and spiritual wellness and enables you to live a life that's healthier in every way. Park Center is at home in Newton, with many residents and team members having lived in their lives. To learn more about Park Center's different levels of living and to find a lifestyle that's right for you, contact Lisa Zylstra at 641-791-5000. Also by the fine folks at Westside Java Coffee Bar, Lynette Baker, Halo Branded Solutions, and Jersey Freeze in Monroe. Until next time, grrr out is out. See ya!